It was kind of insulting, by the way, having that on while Corey couldn't get to work. All right, salt in the wound.
That's the only way I operate.
Right.
There we are.
You make it start strobing.
Exactly. Shame to say Corey.
Yes.
That's the only way.
All right.
All right.
Hey, you gotta turn that down.
Oh. Every time I do that. All right, hey, welcome to Schnozzcast for Sunday, March 10th. Let me start again. Hey, welcome to year 2025 with the Schnozzcast for Sunday, March 10th. Sorry we're starting so late, but better late than never, as they say.
Joey Guido is watching with us.
Well, thinking only happy thoughts, I'm sure.
No.
You on?
There we go.
All right, we got a bit of a different configuration here, so we're gonna go around the table, starting with Miss Danielle.
What do you to say hi?
Introduce yourself for people who are new to the podcast.
Hello, I am Danielle.
There you go. Maybe some people started with episode 12.
Maybe that's true.
Maybe.
Nick, one of the infamous three, always here.
Sir?
Hoppy, first time here. Long time listener.
First time, long time?
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Crystal, long time listener.
Right.
First time here too with him.
Hoppy's girlfriend.
There we go.
I don't give two shits.
Yeah,
That's Corey.
That's Corey.
Hold on.
Hi, my name's Corey.
Oh, boy.
I wear purple shirts. I'm always here. Glad to be here, guys.
Oh, thanks, Corey.
Yeah.
Scott, thanks for the invite. Glad to be here.
Welcome
Glad to
all.
have you, sir. All right, so we got drinks. We've got.
Are you gonna introduce yourself?
Oh yeah.
Finally.
Camera makes me look fat.
I'm hidden today.
You oh shit, sorry.
No, you don't have to be shown. It's totally fine.
Pretty sure.
Here, what if I?
Pretty sure
what if I
Crystal
do
would have
this?
liked that chair.
What if I do like this?
Yeah, switch.
Better?
I can't see.
Better one or two?
Well, you're in the
Yeah.
video,
Or two.
even though Scott's head might be in the way, you're actually in the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the whole table's being shown. Corey did a heck of a job.
Heck of a job, Corey.
Yeah, job well done.
Well done.
All right, so Schnozzcast episode 12. This is Sunday, March 10th, 2019. Thanks for listening. We've got a couple of things in the store for today. We've got some new guests at the table, and we've got in the second half of the show we're going to have our old buddy Todd Dillon dialing in with a Mr. Joe Chucci. So Joe and Todd and I were in the frat together in college, and today I'm wearing my Navajo Joe t-shirt in honor of Joe's band in Atlanta. So we've got drinks flowing. Is everybody good drink-wise? Anybody need anything?
Good.
Corey's put together a concoction.
Got my water.
All right. So I'm interested to hear for you guys who've listened but never. So I want to hear your. Let's start with you, Abby.
Okay.
Okay, your thoughts on the podcast. Had you listened to podcasts before?
Yeah, I listen to podcasts.
Okay. What
Quite
was
regularly.
some of your favorites? Some of your.
I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan.
A lot of Rogan experience.
A lot of Rogan
Okay.
experience.
Because of the comedy, or because of the MMA, or because?
No, because of I like his topics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, just driving a truck down the road. You get a lot of time.
Oh no, I
Got a lot of time to
believe
yourself, and music gets boring. So.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you heard that Corey, your buddy Corey, was part of the podcast now, did you know that he didn't really know what a podcast was before we started doing it?
No, I had no idea.
Okay. When you started listening to it, were you like, holy cow, They really don't know what they're doing.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. Yeah.
All right.
Well, when you guys first started, I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
They'll learn as they go along.
Did you
This
feel?
is entertainment.
Did you feel like we did, like where
Hold on for a
every
second.
episode we're kind of like trying to figure it out?
Yeah, you guys. You can call that. I mean, figure
Okay.
out what's going. Yeah, it's natural progression.
Right.
It's gonna happen.
Cool.
Yeah. No complaints. It's been entertaining along the way.
Well, yeah, watching people bumble around and try to figure it out.
Fucking figure it out.
Episode by episode.
Mm-hmm.
Probably pretty cool when you're just a bystander. You're like, these guys. I can see what they're trying to do, but they're not great.
Not quite there yet.
It's taking a little while. Same.
Completely forgot to attach the light.
Turn it on. Oh, the light.
Oh, sorry about that, everyone.
It's great to see in the delay.
Whoa.
This is like the trickiest puzzle ever.
I think a sign needs to be made that goes in front of that camera. Just a
Yeah.
Technical standby.
The lines.
And we just hold the little sign.
Get the camera working. That's it.
Well, technically it's working.
So, all right.
What about you, Scott? Have you listened to any of these previous episodes?
I have a few of them, yeah.
Okay.
Corey sold, he's a great salesman for the podcast. He does a
Okay.
hard job at work and with the guys and fellow coworkers. But I've watched a few of them. Yeah, they kept my interest, you know, and the comedic level. I'm waiting for you to hear speak British. You know.
That's not me. That's him.
So one of you is.
That's
Oh,
me.
it's not me.
I thought you said.
Was I speaking British at one point?
Yeah, I think we were. It was.
I think it was
a couple-
11th.
Couple.
The
couple
last
episodes.
podcast.
What was I talking about?
Well, there was one where you did. I found out that you did a Sean Connery that I wasn't aware that you did.
Oh,
Maybe that
Yes.
might have been it.
mm,
Which wasn't really British, but more British than
British Scottish.
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
from the Emerald Isles.
That's right.
But no, I think it's a great thing you guys are doing here. It kept my interest and a lot of folks from work.
Excellent.
That's what we want to hear.
I thought you were gonna do one of these.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I have a like a knuckle cracking habit
Mhm.
that I've just always had. And then when Jack got to be like 6 or 7, I'm like, oh my god, he's starting to do it too. And because you're a dad, you're like, you have to go, stop that. You get arthritis in your hands, but you really don't believe that. You're just trying to be a dad.
Right.
So
Well, no, because for a long time they said that, and it's not true.
yeah, well,
In
the whole
that
time
case.
me growing up, with my mom was a nurse. She's like, you don't do that.
Yeah, there was actually like an orthopedic surgeon or somebody that that for that specific reason he cracked his knuckles on one hand for like 25 years and didn't do it on his other hand, and he said there was absolutely no difference.
God bless him. What was his name?
I don't know, but I remember reading about it somewhere.
I'd buy him a drink.
Right.
It'd be hard to only do one hand though. Cause it's such a habit to do both.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, because I jammed these two fingers
Uh-huh.
playing football, and I don't ever crack them
Oh.
because it literally is painful to
Well,
do.
yeah.
Anything can be built into a habit if you do enough times, right?
True.
All right, everybody's getting so. Can we do pick of the week?
Right now?
Why not?
We're just getting situated. Come on, Bob.
Look, everybody's sitting down now. Everybody's
What's
got
pick of the week?
notebooks out and whatnot.
Well, Scott has a question as far as what's pick of the week. So let's start. We can explain pick of the week, and then we'll get to it.
All right, so pick of the week is just your recommendation for anything for the group. So it gives us a little reason to go away for the week in between the podcasts and live your life and discover new cool shit that you then get to share with everybody at the table and with everybody in the audience. So it can be an awesome jar of spicy pickles.
That's right.
Netflix documentary. What else did we do last week?
I talked about food.
food. Yeah. Oh, Costco
Yeah, the chicken wontons.
chicken wontons.
My
yeah.
mom made it into a soup. Delicious.
Was it a soup or was it a stew?
Oh, it was a soup.
No.
No stews.
Now we need stew.
Sorry. Soup.
Just to fill you guys in.
Maybe soup is just runny stew.
Oh.
Joe went on a tirade one episode about this stew that he makes and how he wanted to bring it over for us. And we were like, oh, that'd be kind of weird, all of us just sitting here talking on the podcast, eating stew. So he got really upset and flipped out. That
Well,
he said, oh, I'm not bringing you guys any stew.
To be fair, he did not.
To be fair.
No, to be fair.
He started off just offering. The tirade didn't really start until we started making fun of the stew. Once we
That's true.
started, we probably made fun of the stew for a good 15 straight minutes, and that's when the tirade started. So anyway, pick of the week is whatever you want to bring in and offer up to. It could be like a cool website that you just found that it doesn't matter what it is. That's what it is. So clear as mud.
Awesome. So who's first? Who's got the first pick?
That make more sense.
Yeah, that's what I was just
Now
thinking
we're gonna-
myself.
Do you want
Two of them
It makes more
facing.
sense if you
I was
had-
just
two
meant
of
to
them facing
explain it,
Corey.
and then we'll do it later.
I'm like, this doesn't.
Sounds good.
If you want that
This
one,
doesn't
it
make any.
matter.
It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, well, that one was for him. That one was for Scott. But I don't care how you do it.
That'll work.
As long as you're
Okay.
talking to him.
Well, then we can just give you that one.
Well, I mean, I guess.
Jesus. Do what you need to do.
Make him feel
No, it's
very
good,
important.
it's
There
good.
you go.
Let's do it all right now so I can cut out like a good 10-second
There you go.
chunk of
There you go.
sliding mics around.
That'll work.
Perfect.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
So,
Oh.
what?
Nothing. I just heard a really cool impression that I hadn't heard before. Cherry whiskey.
Yeah, I can see.
Is this what we talked about before or no?
It's the same cherry whiskey.
Oh.
Well, I don't think we got to it. We didn't.
We didn't. We
no.
talked about
I
it.
thought it wasn't open.
I didn't drink all that. That's how it should.
Showed up.
That's how.
That's how it
That's
showed
how
up.
it showed up.
That's how.
How it was
That,
purchased.
that's the
Listen,
state
Nick.
in which it was given to me by Rhonda.
The whiskey stork was on my porch.
Rhonda dropped off.
That's how it was.
Yes. It was meant to be drank from that point forward. I have not had any of it.
Okay, I was under the impression that you had not. You were like, I've not opened it yet.
No, I meant to say I haven't had any of it.
Tried it. Gotcha.
Technically, he hasn't opened it. He hasn't opened it
That's
yet.
also true.
Whose side are you
I
on
tried
here,
some.
Danielle?
I'm just
She's on the side of right.
neutral.
Justice, which I appreciate, because that's my side.
Devil's advocate.
Is this for? Do we bring it down for like cuts and scrapes or?
What the fuck? What?
Oh.
Do you see a sign on here that says no shots until I say we can have them? No, if you want, let's.
No, I don't want any.
Then what the fuck are you
I was
bitching about?
I'm not bitching. I'm just asking.
That's
All right.
a lot of
Just
questions.
want to make sure. A lot of questions about some whiskey that now you apparently don't want any of.
I don't.
All right.
I'm not a cherry person.
Use your discretion. Advised.
But how do you know until you've tried it?
That I don't like cherry or whiskey.
Calm it down, Joe. Calm it down.
Yeah, hold on. We had whiskey here the
Wait,
other night.
can whiskey be clear?
Yes, Irish whiskey. I can do Irish whiskey.
All right.
That's what was that
Yeah.
clear?
So you wouldn't
Bourbons,
even try just
not
a little.
bourbons. Oh yeah, I tried it.
See, that's the sort of can-do spirit that we didn't get the other night from
Yeah, no.
Joe.
He's probably cursing our names right now.
Oh. For the minute we start, before we even started on the air, he was.
Hey Corey, you wanna hand me a blue balloon
Oh, I guess I can do that.
there? I'd appreciate it. All the drinks I've made you.
Just so you know, in the crowd, the fridge is literally so close he's bumping his elbow on every time he moves.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So what's on the books?
I'm still trying to calm down from the camera situation.
Look, it's working. We're online.
De-escalate.
That would be
Unless
my-
you're saying no one's watching now.
My pick of the week would be for everybody to experience Corey. You know,
It looks like we got 10 people. 9. Sorry. Wait, come back.
Good job, Bob.
I apologize.
Joe's
Lotion.
like, I'll show you.
Yep. All right. So what do you need to calm down? You need just need time. We'll talk about something else.
Yeah, time would probably help.
All right.
Give you a shoulder rub.
Well, I'll always take a good shoulder rub from Ryan.
Feel free to switch.
Do you have a drink?
I do.
Somewhere.
Right here.
I'm desperately looking for
It's
Sprite.
Spitters. Yeah.
Hold much better. Scott stole it from me.
That's nasty. You ever actually confuse yourself with the bottle?
Oh, once.
Spit.
That's all.
Yep, one time.
All it'll take is once, and after that, you
Once as well.
Very warm.
Oh.
It's a center, it was
I had
a center council. And
One of my students
buddy's
did that.
car.
He was driving.
Nasty.
Grabbed the wrong bottle.
And it wasn't even mine.
Root beer.
That's even
Big
worse.
Root beer. Native root beer, so the brown bottles.
Right.
It's automatically brown. And he just went out the window.
Yep.
I
Something you forget.
Yeah.
don't know if what was worse, either at least the wrong bottle. You like feel it in your mouth, and you have a
Oh.
chance to react and
Yeah.
spit it out.
Yep.
I was pulling up in the driveway one night, and I had some chewing, and I just capped my bottle, and I put it in the center console, and I hiccuped, and I had a full mouth of spit.
Oh.
Went right down.
Ugh.
Got out of the car and lost it. I'm surprised I even made it out of the garage. But yeah, it was that. I think that was way worse than the wrong bottle. Because like I said, at least the wrong bottle, the second it hits your lips, you might be able to stop it. But yeah, you hiccup one down, it's gone.
That's. Yeah.
I'm glad this didn't end in like a Mike and Joe story. After you said, you know what's worse than sipping on that.
Oh.
Joe wanted to let the table know that he was sorry. He was too busy trimming his pubes. He wants to know what he missed.
I would assume a couple pubes.
Joe, don't make me tell the cup story without you here, bud.
Smooth as a seal now.
Yeah. Smelling just as good.
Where was the seal impression after that? That's what I was waiting for.
Thank you for letting me at least swallow my drink.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Do what?
I got to swallow my drink before you did
Oh,
the
yeah.
impression. You probably would have been covered in White Claw.
Not the first time he would have been covered in
Yep.
something white.
Right. Oh.
It's Sunday already?
Yes. It's the Lord's Day.
Sorry,
You
sorry,
know?
Nick.
Well, hey,
God.
Lord works in
Oh.
mysterious ways.
So your dad was watching? Sorry, Mr. House.
Not anymore.
Sorry.
That's why our numbers are dropping.
Oh boy.
Oh, they are dropping. That's no good. 6. They just dropped again.
Falling as we speak.
These heathens. This is not a very it's not a very covered in white stuff friendly crowd, so
What about snow?
right.
Well, look.
Michigan winter, duh.
I didn't figure out it now because
Right.
it's
Better
not going to
fucking
get any better from here.
Fucking
on out.
figure it out.
Yeah. So what you got on your scratch pad?
He's not watching because he can't get him to play. So
Well, we had Amber's input from.
Yeah, do we want to talk about that?
We can talk about that.
Do we?
It's, if anyone else is, so since you guys are here too, if you feel free to give your input.
Yeah, well, and for anybody who's for the 7 viewers that we have, if you got any thoughts on the feedback we're about to read, feel free to chime in.
And for our listeners out there and people at the table, Amber is who?
She is one of the esteemed bartenders at Uncle Ray's Fish.
Ah, okay.
Oh, is it me? Okay.
Yeah.
So what she came up with was.
Are you reading from the notes she gave you, or did you?
No.
Okay.
I just wrote in my notebook what
Because
she
to
was
be
talking about.
clear, she
Time out.
gave you a
She
huge.
She wrote actual notes out when she
Yeah,
was listening
like
to
pages
the
of them.
podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
sorry, I don't have that kind of time.
You were a busy man.
I got to interject on this topic real quick too. Brady, I can talk because I'm here, and I'm part of the show, unlike your sad ass.
Oh, was something going on behind
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
scenes.
I don't know what that was all about, but
I think he got all pissy the other night when I made the baby jokes on his Instagram when he was holding his little niece or whatever. Nephew. Probably, either way. So I said, well, who's the big baby on the right? I don't even know what that means, ma'am. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got that one, bud. All right, anyways, go fuck yourself, Brady.
oh boy. All right.
So Amber came up with ideas for like each of us to have our own segments. Like I can't really remember the naughty or nice one and how she put that.
Oh, it was very alliterative, whatever it was.
Yeah, I kind of shortened it here. She also had bullshitting with Bob.
Yeah, it was it Danielle's dish? Or something?
Yes.
Something
Yes.
like that.
Yes, Danielle's dish.
Yeah.
Since we
Crazy gossip
Food?
about
Oh.
the
Brought up
Schnozzcast
the-
world.
brought up the food last time from Costco.
Oh, okay.
Corey's conspiracies. So apparently I would go on and on about something that I feel is a conspiracy. I don't know where she was going with that, but and then like a mail time, which we need people to email in.
Or mail.
Right?
Well, if you're looking to send an actual letter, the address you send it to
His schnoz at Schnoz Lane.
Send all packets
Schnozzington.
of white powder and other assorted explosive devices to schnozzcast@gmail.com.
Right, right.
Scruff McGruff.
We are going to
Chicago,
get
Illinois.
a large mailbox of some sort. I just want to pull mail out of it. I mean, I don't know if it even has to have anything written on it, but
You don't
think-
need a podcast to do that. Just go down and get yourself a P.O. box.
P.O. box.
Send something to yourself while you're drunk, and then a couple days later, you're like, hey, look at that. It's like, I do it all the time when you're drunk shopping on Amazon at
We'll
the
send
bar.
you random postcards from the road.
I'd say Bob's had some pretty
Oh my
spectacular
God, it's the
things show up.
greatest.
Nick was arrested for tampering with a federal mailbox.
Oh, get my own, but I forgot about that stuff.
Right. And Corey likes to sing the mail song, so
No,
M-A-I-L.
just on his phone.
It's a catchy tune.
All right, so what are we to make of all of that? I mean, I think they're the idea of segments is a good idea.
Yeah.
Because you can only free flow for so long,
True.
and who knows, we might come up with a segment that's good enough for people actually looking forward to hearing it again.
I think that would it would help out. So we just got to put those ideas in a little bit of motion and see where they go.
Change the privacy settings on your videos so we can share them.
So, like,
They're public videos.
It's friends of friends right now. That's why my dad can't see it.
No, it's public.
No, it's not.
Does
Are
he
you
like the
talking about
page?
YouTube or Facebook Live?
I can't.
Oh,
Okay.
because I tapped it.
I could have sworn I changed that.
Just so you know.
Oh well. I was in a rush.
That's why you get some people watching.
you can edit the post, can't you?
Yeah, I can make the post public. Actually, let's see if I can do it now.
So
We can always just stop and start again.
Yeah, let's not do that.
We have Happy Corey.
He'll have to go
Yeah.
upstairs and change batteries again.
Oh, look at that! I can do it right from here.
Mm.
All right, it's now public.
Oh, there we go.
all right.
That was
So
surprisingly
you
easy
got
to
pitter
do.
patter. I want to see that go up to 8.
He'll work on that.
So
Drop what you're doing.
for all the folks that like, we're gonna have your buddy, who's it, Don or something, call in.
Tonight,
Yeah.
Todd, who was on the other night, and
Todd.
and Joe Chi-Chi.
Okay, so Todd and Joe, and that's not something that we can necessarily, or we do live. So
No.
for folks that don't know, this is just a Facebook Live. Is just halfway a part of our segment for our podcast. So
Yeah. That's a good idea.
how do folks listen to the rest?
So glad you asked that, Nick. Right now we are on. If you have an Apple device, if you're watching us on the podcast, and if you're watching us on Facebook Live, and this is the only way you've ever seen us, you've never heard the audio version of this, which is the full. It's like twice as long. Then if you have an Apple phone, go to iTunes, go to the podcast app on your phone, search for Schnozzcast, and you'll see us there, and you can subscribe to us. And the cool part is it'll notify you when we have new content. If you have an Android device, you can download an app called Podbean. That's Podbean as in Nancy. And that is the Android equivalent where you can search for Schnozzcast and then subscribe to us that way. So certainly if you're one of the now 6 people who are watching
7.
us. Oh, okay. And you get your, if you're doing activities like what kind of activities, Nick, might they be doing if they like, oh, I need something to listen to.
Jeremy's watching.
You could be working out.
Yeah, that's
I
a
mean,
good one.
I wouldn't be, but people do.
People do work out.
Walking the dog.
Walking the dog, wearing your headphones. Need something to listen to.
Giving yourself a how's your father.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Love making.
Don't need a free hand for that. You can,
Nope.
Yeah,
Driving.
Mixing a batch.
absolutely.
Mixing a batch.
Distributing free literature.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Dropping the kids off at the pool.
Sure. That's if it was a particularly prolonged episode.
Yes.
My legs are numb.
Been there, done that.
Thanks, Schnozzcast.
Thank you, Schnozzcast.
Can't feel my feet.
But I think the point to take from all that is that when we sit down here every week and we do this, we do it for like 2 hours or more. We only do Facebook Live for the first hour or less.
Yep.
And the phone guests that we bring in, we don't have that technology existing here in the basement to be able to jack those phone calls into a live stream over the GoPro, so we do that in the second half of the hour.
Yet.
And, you know, if we've had a couple of drinks, tongues tend to get a little bit looser, and things tend to flow a little bit more freely in the second. You could argue the second hour is better than the first sometimes.
Yeah.
Should we use the word if or when we have a few drinks?
It's
Or the time they take to kick you.
I still believe that one of Amber's great ideas was probably the ink was a little smudged by a drop of Fireball probably on that paper. So
yeah.
why can't I read this? It makes it hard to read when the ink smudged from the Fireball.
Right.
That's why he's got the all-weather notebook, though.
That's right. And pen.
In the
Space
shower.
age pen.
You never know when a good idea is going to pop up.
Did you find the pen?
No,
This is
not
the
yet.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Goes out of ink very quickly. This,
That's a good time.
of course, this telescoping pen. That goes
Oh,
on.
that the little pocket one? Yeah.
He's like, it's like, oh, I have an idea.
It's his tactical pen.
It's attached to like his keychain or something.
No, I had a little silver one I attached to my keychain, and yeah, when you go to write, you have to telescope it out.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it
But
doesn't
they
have like a flashlight attachment.
The ink cartridge in it is only like that big, so they give you like 5 of them when you buy it.
Which is still less the amount of ink in a normal pick.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of dogs, walking the dogs,
Mm.
Scott here is a canine handler at work,
Ooh.
and unfortunately, not knowing how things would have went with your dogs, and him bringing Taylor over, but we would have liked to have Taylor here.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Maybe one day when my dogs are elsewhere.
Let me go empty my
But
faucets.
yeah, if you wanna give a shout out to Taylor and what some of the stuff you guys do.
Definitely.
If you got your phone with you, you got a picture of
What's your dog's name?
His name's Taylor.
Is he listening to the podcast right now?
He is.
Okay.
He got streamed
Is he a
into his
good boy?
kennel. He's the best dog I ever ran.
Okay.
All right. I bet he probably could have got that GoPro working pretty fast, couldn't he?
Yeah, I think he could have. No. Corey's all right. I've worked with Corey for a couple years now. He's a great guy. I'm not just
Don't say that.
I don't
His
have
head
to lie
blows
to him
up,
now.
he'll never
I don't
go
have
down
to
the
lie to him,
basement.
but he's a good guy. So
He's like, thank you.
anybody that's pro dog,
How much did he pay you to
is
say
friends
that?
of ours.
Right.
But,
You got a picture of him?
I sure do. But yeah, Taylor's been working Taylor probably for about
No
Looking for a
picture.
Picture of the dog.
4.5. I gotta dig in here.
It's your screensaver.
Oh yeah.
Let's just swipe past
He
these.
literally slipped in the phone and like dog picture right there. He's like,
Let's swipe
let me see
past
if I
these
can
5 pictures real quick.
I probably post.
All right, not dog, not dog, not dog.
dog.
Okay.
I post more pictures of my dog than anything else. So
Yeah, Danielle was very upset that
I was very sad.
she wasn't going to get to meet Taylor today.
I still want to come to work and meet him.
yeah, he stopped by. He's a good boy. He's like I said.
What breed?
He's a shepherd.
Okay.
He's from Berlin. Picked him out. Probably when I initially got him, I had 6 dogs to choose from. And you got to remember these are working dogs.
Mhm.
It's not like us going out to PetSmart or anywhere, and the dog has a name and you get to pick it. So there's just a few. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6.
Right.
And then and they set it up pretty well to where you're with the dog from the beginning to the end. So you actually, the handler picks the dog and then he works the dog until he retires and then moves and just becomes a dog at home. But he's a great asset to the company that we work for.
Mhm.
He does everything. So if you can think about it, he pretty much does it. He's a bomb dog and a lot of other things. But like I say, he's a great asset to the company that we work for. He's
How long did you say you've been with the dog?
there we go. Let's go. So Taylor's 5.5.
Okay.
Yep, I've had just almost 4 years now. Almost
Okay.
4 years we've been teamed up together.
After 4 years, do you still find? Oh, beautiful.
Maybe Van will wait this for you.
I'm sure your viewers.
Yeah. If you do anything, I ask of him.
Here, can we show the camera?
He's a great boy.
I don't know if they'll show up with the lights or not, but
I think there's a few handlers on this podcast
What's
view in.
what's that picture it just switched to?
But
Shut the live stream down real quick.
Corey, selfie in the
that's not
bathroom.
bad.
Shirtless.
Yeah, we're getting
So
some feedback
after-
on the phone too.
Okay. After 4 years, is there anything that the dog does that still like surprises you?
every day, he's just, I always try to tell people it's almost like having, even though he's a working dog, he's my partner, but he's no different than my kids. He's just like that. So if he does something well in training or at work it's just like your child bringing home a straight A report card. So he
Right.
surprises me every day. He's just a great asset, and we just the whole family just loves him to death. I do have to give credit to my daughter Celeste and Paige, because if they pull up, I'm old news. They come up to the work, or come up to the house. They get really excited, and we try to get 8 to 10 years out of a working dog.
Okay.
If they stay healthy and they don't get displacement or hips and stuff like that. But yeah, he's a good boy. I think there's a few handlers on here that probably watch this podcast as well.
Okay.
And I can say that they're equally just as good. It's a tough job. It's a tough job. A lot of people see that you just walk with a dog and you just see the leash and the dog, but they don't know the behind the scenes aspects of it.
Right.
To where we're working the dog. And,
A lot of training goes into that.
a lot of
behind the
training,
scenes,
a lot of training, a lot of commitment. It's not for everyone. Folks wash out, and you got a lot of support. If you don't have your support from your family, or from your friends, and from your trainers and master trainers, it's just not going to work.
It's awesome.
So, and Scott made the grave decision to let me. I had a big bag of dog treats in the office. So there was about a month that every day I'd come in, I'd give him a treat. So now every time I see him and he sees me, we lock eyes and gets real excited. And
Strangers in the
that's right. I'm the bearer of treats now. So anytime he sees me, he gets quite excited. which
Careless
is
Whisper
kinda
starts
cool.
playing.
So we do have a select few that allow them to get in treats. We keep it to a minimum.
Obviously, I need to get another bag because I feel bad now when he looks at me and I'm like,
He's not surprised. And then
sorry, bud.
What good are you? Where are the treats? Now, can you teach Taylor to do things that are maybe, let's say, outside the syllabus of what a canine handler should be teaching their dog to do? For example, do you still get your own beers from the fridge?
No. Maybe when he retires, we can try to work on something like that.
All right.
But
Just
no,
promise
no
me
shaking.
eventually you're going to do that.
It's a common question, actually. Can he shake? Can he roll over or not? That dog's head's filled with so many tasks and so much training that's been put into it. It's not to say he couldn't do something like that. And like I said, I train every Tuesday. We go to training class at an academy that's nearby. And if that dog's not working the way it should, the trainers will know. And they would just, they get to where you need to be. A dog, you can't fake training a dog because it goes down to the leash of the dog. So if you half-ass it as a handler, it's going to come through the dog. It's going to show as a dog.
Right.
And as a trainer who's been 20, 30, 40 years of training dogs, they can see it. They don't yell at the dogs. You know who they yell at? You're going to yell at the handler. So you got to be on point at all times.
That's what you're telling me about Caldwell, right? That it was his fault that his dog's stupid.
Is Brent on there? Yeah, I said it. Brent, what you got? What are you going to say? No, Caldwell's a good guy. You got a good dog.
I'm just kidding, Caldwell. Scott never says. He's never said that. I completely made that up.